All right, everyone, welcome to another episode of Beyond the Badge. Welcome. I see our audience is starting to file in. It's 12 o'clock on the first Friday of the month, and that means it's Beyond the Badge time for season 4, episode 7. We started these as a monthly basis back at the start of 2022, and today we have the July stories, hence episode 7, the July stories from the System Daily Huddle to share with you 20 wonderful stories to share. So thank you to our audience for coming and joining us today. Again, I'm Steve Fecto from Talent Development and Learning. I'm joined by my backstage colleagues from the Spotlight Committee who put this episode on every single month. Particularly backstage is Alyssa Gianandrea, Janelle Price, and Jessica Rubin. They're supporting our excited group of honorees who are huddled up in our backstage room, ready to come on screen and have their story shared. And they're going to be read by our Spotlight Committee members. These are the people who are so dedicated to the employee experience, recognition, appreciation efforts for staff across our health system. There are also folks who are very involved in the patient experience, in hospital administration roles, and they are eagerly ready to share stories that inspire them, that inspire leaders, and we know will inspire you. A great collection. They're from patient letters. They're from star-to-star peer appreciation. Sometimes these stories are these one-time remarkable events, or they're spotlighting the entire body of work of a colleague. We can't wait to share them with you. So I welcome our new audience members. If you're new and this is your first episode, it probably means you're a guest of one of our honorees. So we encourage you to participate. Open up that chat box down there and start to participate right there. Let us know who you are, who you're here to cheer for, family members, friends, colleagues. We're excited to have you. Flood that chat with your praise. Keep those reactions going. And I also always want to recognize our returning audience, 43 episodes strong over our 4 seasons of monthly episodes. And do you know who comes back month after month? It's our leadership team. Our senior leadership, our managers, our vice presidents, they all just love to come to this monthly reset to just hear from the staff who make Mount Sinai a special place, to hear the real life stories and examples of people that makes them feel proud to work at Mount Sinai. And I always love to start with a pair of those leaders who are our regulars in our audience, who participate on the huddle to kick things off. So I want to go first to Rebecca Anderson. Rebecca has probably been to every single episode of Beyond the Badge, is enthusiastic in the chat always. Rebecca's a vice president in our Office of the Chief Medical Officer for the Mount Sinai Health System and a big player in the System Daily Huddle where these stories come from. So Rebecca, I'd love to turn it to you to say hello to our audience here today.
Thank you, Steve. I am so excited to be here. I think I have been probably at almost all of the
Yeah.
episodes since season 1, episode 1. I'm a
Hmm.
huge fan of Beyond the Badge. And as someone who spends a lot of my time working on safety and quality in this organization, I really appreciate how Beyond the Badge helps us connect employees who are exemplifying our values. And I know we'll talk about our values as we go on today, and our ability to deliver the best care to our patients. And, I am part of the team who works on our System Daily Huddle. And for those of you who don't know about our huddle, every morning at 9 o'clock, a group of leaders gets together. We talk about operations, we talk about safety, we talk about bed availability, we talk about all the things that we need to know that are relevant to making sure that our hospitals and practices are running. But every day during that time, we take a moment and we do an employee recognition story. And for me, that's probably the piece of the huddle that stays with me the most during the day. It is really a time that allows all of us to take a breath, to pause. For me, I think about my why. Why do I do the work that I do? And how do all of us really have an impact on the care that's provided at Mount Sinai? How do we all sort of play a part in making Mount Sinai a great place to work and a great place to receive care? And for me, I really, really, really appreciate how we can take those stories that we hear every day and bring them to Beyond the Badge. So as you said, Steve, we can
Hmm.
share them with a bigger audience. People can hear. And really what's going to be amazing about this episode is not just hearing the stories, but hearing from the people, meeting the people who are behind those
Yep.
stories. And I'll say, and it's why I come back every month, I leave Beyond the Badge with such a renewed sense of pride in Mount Sinai. And I can almost guarantee that everybody who's here today is going to have that same feeling. It just brings joy. This next hour, it's really an amazing, amazing program that, again, I come back
Yeah.
every month.
Well, thank you so much, Rebecca. And you're right, it does bring joy. However, along with the smiles and the joy, I also always have my tissues ready because this is healthcare. A lot of them are emotional stories too that are just equally inspiring, even though I'm weeping on camera as I
I
hear some
agree.
of them.
I have been known to cry in my office as well.
Uh-huh.
The stories are touching. It just shows the humanity,
Mhm.
right? In our day-to-day work. And again, I feel so inspired and so fortunate to work in an organization that number one has such incredible people, but number two also takes the time to recognize them.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Rebecca. I know you're going to love this episode. Sit back, relax, enjoy. Let's see you in the chat, cheering them on. And I want to introduce one other leader and someone who presents on the System Daily Huddle on behalf of Mount Sinai Hospital. He's our Chief Medical Officer and Vice President at Mount Sinai Hospital, Dr. Sharish Uprakar, a regular at these episodes and a regular presenter on the Huddle. Hi, Sharish.
Thank you, Steve, for having me today. Good afternoon, everybody, and congratulations to everyone who's being recognized. As Steve said, I have the honor and privilege of once a month recognizing and celebrating a Mount Sinai Hospital employee, and I can tell you that that is one of the highlights of my month. As many of you know, a lot of my work is about problem solving, and when I can get away from that to celebrate our staff, recognize them for the amazing work that they do, that is the part of my job that brings me the most joy. I think recognizing our staff, highlighting their great work is such a key component of staff engagement, which is a pillar of a safe foundation for care. And without these kinds of recognitions, I think, we would not be the great organization that we aspire to be. And what I love about Beyond the Badge is that every day I get to hear these stories on the System Huddle. But Beyond the Badge gives me the opportunity to not just hear the stories, but see the faces of the people being recognized and hear their comments and stories and how it meant, what it means to them to be recognized. And I think that's such an important dialogue and conversation that Steve and his team has done an amazing job of sustaining for 4 seasons and 7 episodes now and running. So I want to give the floor back to Steve. It's now time to recognize all of our great employees. Thank you, Steve.
Right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You're so right. Hearing a patient letter is already inspiring, but then seeing the person that letter is about and hearing them respond is just blows us away every month. So let's jump into these stories. We've got 51 minutes for 18 stories. There are 2 more that you'll find in your program. One is for Katie Koo. She's from Mount Sinai downtown Union Square. Couldn't be here. Go read that story. It's about her helping someone with an insurance concern and how she was proactive and relentless in ensuring she was there to care for that person and get everything covered. There's another for Kenrick McLeod from Supply Chain Materials Management at West. Recognized him on his retirement after 18 years. There's a nice story there in our program for you. But let's jump into the stories for people who are here. I'm going to go to Morningside first. We like to go to our big teams first. They're in a conference room. We're going to try to get them in the spotlight here if they can get their camera on. There we go. There's a team. There's a lot of people involved. They're all mentioned in the letter. So give a wave when we get to your name in the letter here. But let's go to Andres Morera to share this story at Morningside. We are going to go to our next story and come back to you. So why don't you stay on and keep testing? Let's go. Kathy, are you ready for Ramlin? I told her Ramlin's always ready. She's got agility, and we'll let West Morningside set up their audio.
Sure, I've taken myself off mute. And this is an emotional story, as you said before. A patient shared this letter of appreciation for practice manager Lynn Bonilla. When I first came to the clinic, I was overwhelmed by grief. My only child had recently passed away due to a misdiagnosed cancer. I was lost in paperwork, legal calls, and a system that felt cold and indifferent. I didn't expect kindness until I met Romelin. From the beginning, she treated me like a person, not a case. Her compassion was genuine, and she never rushed my pain. She didn't try to fix it, she honored it. She truly reminded me that there are still people in healthcare who truly care. Her presence helped me to begin healing in ways I never expected. She is a rare and extraordinary caregiver, and your team is incredibly lucky to have her. Thank you for giving her the space to do what she does so beautifully.
Thank you. And she's rare and extraordinary, but not rare to be on the badge. This is actually our first ever three-time honoree over the 4 years, and it is for good reason. It's stories like this are not single stories. Patients are writing letters as emotional and incredible as this for Ramlin all the time and worthy of being shared on the huddle. And Ramlin, when I think of empathy and how we teach empathy as a value and what it means, like this is it, how you didn't try to fix it, but instead honored it. You know, we all know empathy is important, but this is what it looks like in a very emotional and challenging moment. And I'm wondering if you can share your personal insights on how you see what real empathy looks like through how you approach your patients.
Of course. Well, for me, empathy is connecting with people on a deeper level. It's just not see the person. I see their heart, right? And then that allows me to truly feel what they are feeling. In this case, I could feel her pain. And I knew that simply saying it's going to be okay wouldn't be enough. I thought about what I would wanted to hear if I were in her place. And it wouldn't be just words. I believe that I am in this role for a reason. And in moments like this, I feel a deep responsibility to honor that. And how I do it? Well, by being present, fully present, and genuinely empathetic in every single patient interaction. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you so much. That is what real empathy looks like. I'm going to think of you when I'm trying to inspire myself on, how do I sit with this person in their grief and be really someone who can show empathy. I'm going to remember this story. So thank you so much. Ramlin Bania, everyone. First three-time ever honoree and well-deserved for it. It sounds like the Mount Sinai Morningside conference room is set to go. Can we go back to that? Andres, are you set? Keep going. I thought I heard something.
All right. Do you guys hear us now?
Yes,
Perfect.
we're good.
All right. We're good. Thank you, Steve. We find a way. So a nurse practitioner at Mount Sinai Morningside wrote to express her heartfelt gratitude for the exceptional and life-saving care she received after experiencing severe symptoms that quickly escalated to a need for emergency care. Through her detailed and emotional letter describing her journey as a critically ill patient, she expressed deep appreciation to Dr. Lindsay Fox, who promptly recognized the seriousness of the symptoms. To the entire team on Clark 5, including nurse manager Chin and the nurses who leaped into action alongside her, Paola, Rosaline, Eva, and Desiree. To the rapid response team led by Dr. Davadovich. To the medical intensive care unit team. To Dr. Regina Adair, whose empathetic nature and compassionate communication were a beacon of hope and encouragement. And finally, to her supervisor, Dr. Brian Markoff, for his genuine kindness, and her entire Mount Sinai Morningside colleagues, who she said, quote, visited daily, filled my room with their warmth and unwavering support, a testament to our institution's deep sense of community and care. She ends the letter by saying, I truly felt I was in the right place at the right time, surrounded by the right people. Thanks to their collective dedication and expertise, I am alive today. My experience has deepened my appreciation for the high caliber of professionals at Mount Sinai Morningside.
Yeah, really, really wonderful. And I know this letter went all the way straight to our CEO, Dr. Brendan Carr, who shared it across, and Dr. Tracy Breen, president of Mount Sinai Morningside, and all of our leadership, really just inspired by this letter from one of our own who wrote on behalf of all of you. And I'm wondering if anyone in the room there could just respond to that final comment and speak to the high caliber of professionals at Morningside and how you all showed up for a colleague during this critical time.
Hi, I'm Chen.
Hey, Chen.
I want to say that that day was very intense emotionally for us because we are so close to the nurse practitioner in particular. But just watching every single team member on Part 5, seeing every physician and PA and NPS ever known enter that room just to see what they can do. That was really touching, and I agree with her. She was at the right place at the right time, surrounded by the right people, and it was just amazing to see the camaraderie amongst everybody. And we're so thankful that things turned out the way they did. And I feel blessed and honored to be a part of this Morningside team.
Absolutely. Beautiful. Welcome. And so just incredible teamwork. I love stories like this, even though it's hard to get the individual recognition for everyone involved. It was such a team effort caring for your own, and shows what a special place Morningside is. And for this colleague of yours, we'll always look at her own team in a new light of how they saved her life and were there for her. So a really credible emotional story. Thank you all for letting us share this with our audience and for all you do. Let's jump to Rebecca Asmussen. Rebecca, are you ready? I got two in a row for you. We have Dr. Farah Atala Lajam from the network practices. Let's bring Dr. Lajam on up for this story from the network that you can share. Hey, Rebecca.
Hello.
Hi.
There we go.
I'm so excited to share these two stories for our network. A patient shared, Dr. Farah Atala Lajam is truly exceptional. When my mother-in-law was hospitalized, he went above and beyond, calling both during and outside business hours to check in and keep us updated. Even after she was discharged, he continued to follow up daily, which really showed how much he cares about his patients. He takes the time to explain everything clearly and make sure we have felt heard and understood. His compassion, professionalism, and dedication are unmatched. We are so grateful for the care he provided. Highly recommend.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Lajam. So this patient highlights your clear explanations, helping them feel heard and understood, and your follow-up care as ways they recognize that you're a doctor that cares about his patients. Can you share an insight into your approach with your patients in a way that leaves them with this strong sense of feeling that you genuinely care about them?
Well, first, thank you for the recognition, and thank you for all those years that Mount Sinai Health System has been providing me with all the support that I need to continue my care. In terms of what I usually do, my norm has been always in my life to provide a very easy access to my patients, especially with the kind of community that I have and the group of patients that I have. And the way I do it primarily is very unusual, I have to be honest with you, but almost all my patients have my cell number. And it's very unusual. But the reason why I do that, because I always try to, either when the patient's being admitted or discharged, to get in touch with them the following day, because we realize how many times there is issue of miscommunication between how they go home, what kind of medication they require, and things like that. So my norm is always when the patient is discharged or the patient get admitted to go through all the perks in terms of what's happening and try to understand exactly what's going on with them. There's one thing I do have on my life besides me, I find that it's even more important to be a practice medicine is to make them feel that you're part of the family. Because there's one thing that the patient really relate with is that considering part of the family as a friend. So that way they can trust you, they can listen to you. Sometimes it's a lot of work for me for that reason, because they keep calling me back. But it's something that I always did all my life and for over 20 years at Sinai. And again, I don't feel there's anything extraordinary that I'm doing. It is something that I've done all my life. I find it, as a matter of fact, from my point of view, it makes me feel less anxious because at least I know what's going on. And I rather to know early than end up getting a call, something happened, I didn't know about it. And that somehow it makes me feel very uncomfortable. But again, this has been my norm always. I deal with the society, with a population which is very diverse. I speak Spanish. So as you know, in the elderly population, Spanish speaking also as well, we need to communicate a little bit better with them. So again, my norm is primarily communication.
So important. Provider communication, so important. Rebecca knows, in the invites, you had leaders applauding and agreeing with what the patient wrote in this letter. You see it in the chat, writing here, the treating like family and giving us some specifics on how you do that. Really, really impactful. Thank you so much, Dr. Lajam.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you. Enjoy reading the chat of all those wonderful comments. I'm going to stick with Rebecca. Keep Rebecca up. She's ready to go with the next story, and then we're going to go back to our pair from West when Andres is all set next. So let's have Susan Pratt come on up from the Network Patient Support Center. Let's do this other one from the network, and then we'll go back to West.
Great,
All right,
thanks,
Susan.
Steve. A patient who is 96 years young and a little hard of hearing reached out to express how wonderful a person Susan Pratt is and needed to tell someone how helpful she was. Susan, who handles our calls for the Westchester lines, showed oceans of patients getting the necessary information to verify the patient's demographics. They giggled their way through the exchange while also shouting at each other in the order to hear and be heard and understood. She successfully managed to get all the important and necessary information and get her scheduled for an appointment. It wasn't an easy call to navigate, but Susan kept it professional while displaying patience, perseverance, and empathy, and she was able to deliver for the patient. Susan is very compassionate and always puts the needs and the care and needs of our callers first while trying to provide them with a positive experience. Well done, Susan.
I love to just envision this like loud shouting, but in a positive way and a laughing way, having this experience together to be heard, Susan. So just your incredible patience seemed to have been the key that was recognized in this story. But your supervisor also recognized how you always put the care and needs of your callers first. And I'm wondering, not just in this case, but in all cases, what does that look like? How do you demonstrate to callers that you're there for them, that you're going to put their needs first? Oh, Susan, we can't hear you.
Oh,
I think your mic, you're not muted, but maybe your headset is.
Yes, sorry.
There you go.
Oftentimes, I think patients call and they don't feel like they're talking to Mount Sinai because they're talking to the call center. And so making sure that they know I care about what they're telling me. I ask them questions to make sure my messages are thorough. It usually goes very well. But making sure they know that I care and that I'm listening carefully.
That's wonderful. I mean, to think of the perception that someone has when they call and they think it's call center, that it's impersonal, that it's I've got to get through this layer. And do you make it a personal one, that I'm a empathic, caring care provider that's here at the call center? To give them that paradigm shift is really incredible and powerful.
Thank you. I do what I can.
Thank you so much, Susan. Keep it up. Tell your patient we all said hi. It's confidential. I mean, it's anonymous.
Hi.
You know them. You yell hi for us next time. All right. And thank you, Rebecca. So we had a couple to go back to now that we had skipped over. We heard Lewis's come back. We're going to go to his in a couple of moments. He was busy on the unit. I want to go to our pair. If Kathy can come on. No, I'm sorry, Andres. If Andres is ready, we have Rashida Evans-Sampson and Raya Tarova. Their whole team is watching. They rolled in a television to the unit there. Let's bring you off mute so we can make sure we hear all those applause. And Andres, we need to see where are our two celebrants in that group. I heard they're shy and don't want to speak, but that's all right. We need to see you. And Andres, why don't you take the story?
Wonderful. Thank you, Steve. So a patient wrote, during part of my inpatient care, Nurse Rashida Evans-Sampson was exceptional. She made me feel safe and cared for during this very vulnerable time, showing a great deal of compassion. Miss Evans-Sampson, not knowing that I myself was a long time healthcare provider, looked after me as I was with her family. While I know you have wonderful nursing care, Rashida is a step above the rest. I also want to mention the excellent nursing care provided by Raya, the nurse who cared for me at night. After my surgery, she helped me to control my pain and made sure I was able to get rest. Raya is a very kind person who listened and showed compassion. I am grateful she was with me both nights I was there. I had an excellent surgeon, without a doubt, but it is because of these two nurses that I know my experience was a positive one. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. And I heard you didn't really want to speak up, but your manager was happy to speak on your behalf. So feel free to chime in. But if your manager wants to share a word on the incredible experiences these two are always providing, we'd love to hear from you.
We definitely do want to comment on that. I'm Jody. I'm the nurse manager for 10A. I just wanted to show you all the extent of our pizza party today. We got it all over on the unit here.
All right.
We're very excited that Raya and Rashida were honored. There could be two more deserving people. They're wonderful nurses here on the unit. So I'm going to come over and show you which ones they are since they're two.
All right.
Okay, this is Rashida. And Rashida is our day shift ANCC and guiding light on 10A. Her kindness and compassionate care shine like a beacon for her patients, but also for her coworkers to follow her lead. She's an invaluable member of our team, and 10A would not be the place it is without her. Thank you for all that you do, Rashida.
Yeah.
Okay. And then this is Raya. Raya's a gifted night shift nurse whose clinical competence and kindness is never in shortage. With her expertise, she's helped an uncountable number of patients, not just her own. Raya's genuine kindness shines every day. She is always available for assistance to our patients and coworkers alike and is an anchor of our night shift. Thank you for all that you do, Raya.
Well, thank you so much. We're so glad we got to read this patient letter. We're so glad we got to see you and your team. And what's more valuable, I hope, about your experience of us seeing this on Beyond the Badge is that you get this moment with your team, that they can express their gratitude and celebrate this together. We know anytime there's a patient letter, it's the individuals who are cited, but there's also a team supporting that same culture of an excellent patient experience behind you. I'm sure you all bring that same level of expertise. But today, congrats to Rashida and Raya. Enjoy celebrating together. Keep us on in the background. Keep enjoying the stories while you have your lunch.
Thank you.
And I want to go next. Kathy, come on back. We had Lewis. Lewis was busy on the unit. That's where he was before. So we heard he just arrived. And let's bring back on Lewis Mora for this story from Mount Sinai West Ambulatory.
Okay, I'm set to go. MRI technologist Louis Mora consistently earns high praise on Press Ganey surveys for his exceptional patient care and remarkable ability to connect with those he serves. One patient recently stated, "Louis was amazing, calm and comforting. He explained everything and made me extremely comfortable, adding padding where needed." Another patient wrote, "Louis put me at ease before my MRI. He was extremely professional and made a stressful test much more relaxed. He is a hero." And his manager adds, "Louis goes above and beyond to treat each patient with respect and dignity. He is knowledgeable about MRI and can explain things in a way that patients understand and feel comfortable with undergoing the study. He has a winning personality and patients look forward to coming back to work with him. We are very proud of Louis's accomplishments and happy to have him on the team."
Oh, wonderful. And Lewis, the terms I kept hearing were how you help patients feel calm and comfortable. And it seems like thorough explanations are a big part of what helps them feel that way. Could you share a bit and speak to your personal approach at how you create this calm and comfortable experience for your patients?
Right. You're not only a technologist in the field, you got to kind of kind of be their therapist too, because
Yeah.
a lot of people aren't here to have fun. They're here to get results.
Mhm.
And a lot of people don't understand a lot of people are uncomfortable and they get claustrophobic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And plus, so you kind of have to put them at ease. And me doing this is going on my 23rd year doing this, so it makes a big difference.
Yeah.
Uh,
You got the experience, but to be able to bring that to every patient and know what
yes,
helps them feel comfortable and bring that same commitment to each and every single one of them is so special.
correct.
Thank
And
you
I
for your
love what I
23
do,
years of
so
service.
it makes a big difference too. So
Really wonderful, Lewis. We're glad we could pull you away for a second. I know you're busy with patients and
I was
caring.
actually with a patient while you guys were doing your thing, so I was like, all right, let's keep going.
We really appreciate you taking the moment to step away and talk with us, and back to your patients, and congrats. And we're glad we got to share this story.
I appreciate it. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful day, and enjoy your weekend.
We will. Thank you. Well, I'm gonna have a calm and comfortable weekend after
You too as
hearing from
well.
you.
Bye bye, y'all.
All right. Thank you. Okay, we're jumping all around. Thanks to my agility of my team backstage, making sure we're getting all these stories. I think we're going to Queens next. So I have Zach Key ready to read a story for Rajith Thomas at Mount Sinai, Queens. And let's head there next. I think it's going to round out our patient story section.
Thank you, Steve. It's my honor to recognize Rajith Thomas and get your tissues ready for this one. A patient writes, "For over 35 years following a devastating car accident, I've been living with excruciating daily migraines and pain that dictated every part of my life. I've seen countless doctors over the years and tried every medication imaginable, but nothing brought true relief. When physical therapy was finally suggested, I went in with little hope. But when I met Rajith Thomas for the very first session, Rajith treated me with kindness, patience, and genuine commitment to my healing. He was gentle, attentive, and reassuring, earning my trust even as I feared anyone so much as touching my head. I followed his advice, continue my exercises daily at home, and what happened next feels nothing short of a miracle. After 35 years of daily debilitating migraines, I'm now down to just 2 to 3 sessions per month, and the severity has decreased dramatically. I was so overwhelmed with emotion when I realized the headaches weren't returning that I cried. His skill, compassion, and calm demeanor have given me something I never thought possible again: hope, relief, and a sense of normalcy. Please extend my heartfelt thanks to Rajith. He didn't just treat my symptoms, he changed my life.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, we find a way. They weren't having answers for their life until you, Rajith. And, I'm wondering if you could speak to what's the sense of purpose and intention that you bring into your everyday work that helps you achieve life-changing results like this for your patients.
Well, first of all, I would like to thank the leadership and my directors give me the opportunity to explore my skills. And in my everyday work, I bring my deep purpose of sense, which is rooted with empathy and compassion. And I always like to see the patients with a story and a family, and as they have a future. Right? So in this scenario, I was really focusing and I was really deviated to my passion of towards my work, like my profession and its skills. So as a physical therapist, we have a varieties of interventions with the manual skills and different kind of exercises, which can cure the symptoms, not only just helping the symptoms. So I was really focusing to cure her problems, migraine and the pain, and improve her function. So in fact, in the first place, I was telling her that I can try and we will see, but we don't know whether it's going to work. But it worked well with her with 5 sessions, and she was very happy, and she relieved with no symptoms.
Yeah.
So finally, I would say that the root, what we really focus on, the compassion, empathy, sincerity, honest in work, and the responsibility of being a therapist.
Yeah. I hope you save this letter to read regularly of like the impact you make on someone's life. I know if it was about me, I'd just read it every day because it's so inspiring and incredible. And I love that you said that you want them to see that they have a future and like to start with that positive, optimistic outlook into what you're then going to do. That touched me as well. Thank you so much, Rajith. Really, really incredible. Thank you for all you do. Really special. I believe our next Clinical Command Center recognized a pair of EMS colleagues, Patrick Prendergast and Isaias Perez Carcamo. They're not here. They're out in the ambulance, likely running out there, but we just want to recognize them from Mount Sinai West. And one of these stories where it wasn't a case of a severe injury. They showed up and the person had just fallen, an elderly person, and they just helped them and comforted them, and they were fine and didn't need care. And it was a reminder of how patient experience is important, even in low acuity situations like that. And that the patient wrote a letter of appreciation for that. So we thank them. And we know and can understand why they couldn't be here today. We're going to go into our Stories of Excellence section next. Andres, come on back again. We're going to go to you for Mount Sinai Health System Radiology Leadership recognized a Morningside colleague, Rohan Lewis. These Stories of Excellence are these one-time remarkable events that occurred. So Andres, I'm going to let you take it away.
Absolutely. So lead CT technologist Rohan Lewis at Mount Sinai Morningside consistently demonstrates exceptional performance and a proactive mindset, driving solutions that benefits both patient care and departmental success. Rohan recently demonstrated exceptional attention to detail while performing a CTA of the head and neck of a patient. During the scan, he noticed something unusual that looked like a possible arterial dissection. He quickly informed the provider, which led to an urgent scan of the chest, abdomen, and pelvis. Thanks to Rohan's quick thinking and observation, the patient was rapidly transferred to Mount Sinai Hospital for emergency surgery, potentially saving the patient's life. This instance highlights Rohan's strong clinical vigilance, clear communication, and effective teamwork, ultimately helping ensure the patient received the right care at the right time. Congratulations, Rohan.
Yeah,
Thank you.
And after Lewis being here 23 years in radiology, Ryan, I believe you got 22 years at Mount Sinai. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. So how do you maintain that exceptional attention to detail and clinical vigilance that was described day in and day out to proactively catch life-saving concerns like we saw in this story?
Before I answer that, I want to thank you, and I'm humbled by this recognition by Beyond the Badge. I live by a code: service, and to improve other people's lives that you come in contact with. And there's nothing more exhilarating and exciting than seeing somebody who, in unfamiliar surroundings or no outcomes, trust you to put their lives in your hand. So when this young lady, 39 years old, came in and I start to scan and the CT of the chest, of the head and neck, it goes down to the bifurcation, and I saw only half of the descending aorta lighting up. I spoke to the doctor and I said, "Can you check and see if this patient has a history of dissection?" Which the patient did, but I asked him, could it be a new one? And then I asked him to order a CT of the chest, abdomen, belly. The beauty about that situation is that the doctor was also part of the team approach. I know that I got no kickback. Oh, I'm the doctor. Why you? No, it was spontaneous. It flowed nicely. I had no idea that I saved her life till the next night. I came in and the doctor came and plugged me and said, "Thank you, Rohan. You saved that young lady's life."
Wow.
So I enjoy what I do, and I'm not one to sit back. I challenge the doctor and say, "Look, I see this. What do you think? Could you order X, Y, and Z?" And so the autonomy that we have at Morningside is beneficial to the patients, helpful to the doctor, helpful to the team. And, it's not just me that should be recognized. It should be the doctor that was with me.
Well, you said it, and I'm hearing the trust, not just from the patients and how they trust you with their lives, but how the other clinicians, the doctors, trust you and your expertise too. That trust is there as a team, and the trust is there between you and the patient. And both of those were at play in saving this person's life.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Roy. Wonderful to meet you. Thank you for letting us share this story, and thank you for your passionate insights. All right. Thank you, Andres. I think we still have one more for you at the end of the episode. We're going to keep rolling. Facilities leadership for the system recognized a Mount Sinai Hospital colleague, Steve Furland. I'm going to bring our Mount Sinai Hospital colleague, Kimberly DeLeon, in to share this story and the next one. Kim.
Thank you, Steve. As the Senior Manager of Electrical Systems for the Engineering Department, Steve Furland has been instrumental in improving the safety and reliability of our electrical systems. He coordinates the maintenance of all the emergency power across the Mount Sinai Hospital and Mount Sinai Queens campuses, including monthly testing to ensure compliance and readiness. In addition, he has responded to many electrical system incidents to mitigate potential impacts. As a recent example, during a June heat wave, Con Edison decreased the voltage of the electrical grid on the Upper East Side without any notice, affecting the Mount Sinai Hospital and Icahn School of Medicine campus. Steve immediately returned to the campus and assessed the impacts on the patient, research, and support areas of the campus. Thanks in large part to his efforts, we got through the event without any significant impacts. Congratulations, Steve.
Thank you, Kim.
Thanks, Kim and Steve. Can you tell us about, what inspires your personal commitment to ensuring the safety and reliability of the electrical systems at Mount Sinai, and how that commitment led to your actions that day?
Yeah, thank you, Steve. I guess what really inspires me is knowing, the systems we maintain directly support patient care and safety. So it's a big responsibility, and I take a lot of pride in being part of a team that makes sure everything runs the way it should. That day, I just did what I felt was necessary, and to keep things safe and reliable for everybody who depends on us.
Yeah, thank you. And that's why facilities leadership speaks at the daily huddle that Rebecca was saying. Her role is safety and quality, and facilities is a huge part of safety. And they talk about safety concerns each day. And they really wanted to highlight this example and story of that commitment to safety for our patients. So thank you so much, Steve.
Thank you, Steve. Appreciate it.
All right, Kim, let's stay right with you. We're going to have another story from Mount Sinai Hospital, a story of excellence. This one is for our chaplain, Teresa Williams-Lloyd at MSH. Hey, Teresa and Kim.
She's very popular on the chat.
Oh, good.
Mount Sinai Hospital chaplain Teresa Williams Lloyd arranged and facilitated a bedside baptism ceremony to meet the spiritual needs of an oncology patient. This patient has been hospitalized for multiple months and has experienced tremendous pain and suffering due to aggressive oncology treatment. During the baptism ceremony, the patient experienced serenity, peace, and comfort. Teresa intentionally crafted a program that includes the patient's family members, prayers, and songs. Her efforts made a tremendous positive impact on the patient and highlight the excellence of spiritual care. Congratulations, Teresa.
Yeah, what a moment, Kim, and thank you for reading that. And Teresa, can you take us through your point of view of this experience and maybe share some of the details that you feel provided the biggest impact and meaning for the patient and, as we know, their family who is there as well?
Thank you so much. Thank you for this recognition and shout out to the greatest team of chaplains ever. I want to say that as chaplains, we provide spiritual, religious, emotional and cultural support to patients and families. And we get to see patients from different faiths and backgrounds. And as a chaplain specializing in oncology, I know that the requests we receive from those patients are usually time sensitive for them. And in this particular case, it was a request for baptism. This was the decision that the patient had made and was very passionate about. So I worked with the interdisciplinary team to get it to happen as best as we could. The patient was a Christian, and in that tradition, baptism is extremely important because it is an outward expression of an inward decision to follow God. So the patient was persistent in making sure that this was going to happen for him. In the end, we were able to provide the baptism and have lots of different elements there, particularly having his family present in the room and on FaceTime from Jamaica. And so it was very meaningful for them to be able to bear witness to this event in his life and also to take part. It was an honor to be able to help fulfill that request that the patient had.
So wonderful. I'm so glad we get to hear not only this story, but your insights into the role in spiritual care and the work that you do. So that's what I love about Beyond the Badges. We have audience from all over the system. And sometimes we hear about some roles that we don't really know the details and like what you're doing on a daily basis. And this is a wonderful, example of the incredible and important and passionate work you do to care for patients.
Yeah, it is. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. All right, Kim, come on back in a little while. We're going to have some more from Mount Sinai Hospital, I believe. But for now, we're going to go to New York Eye and Ear. Eddie Morales, who I think is sitting with our speaker, Christine Pescator. Christine, we're going to bring Eddie on up and hear this story from New York Eye and Ear. There we go. Hey, Eddie.
Oh.
All right, we're ready for you, Christine.
Okay. Eddie Morales received this star recognition from an administrative manager at our Ear Institute. I want to express my heartfelt gratitude to Eddie, our evening department's dedicated housekeeper, for stepping up not just once, but 3 times during emergencies with water leaks that occurred while he was on duty. Eddie sprang into action, quickly retrieving large waste baskets to contain the leaking water and reaching out to the appropriate leadership, ensuring that we had all hands on deck to address the situation. His swift intervention during these incidents prevented further damage to our department. Thank you, Eddie, for being our superhero in times of urgent need. Leadership adds that Eddie consistently demonstrates an unwavering commitment to excellence. He is a true team player, always ready to assist while taking immense pride in his work. Thank you, Eddie.
Yeah, thank you, Christine. And Eddie, can you tell us a bit about your perspective of how you responded so efficiently to these multiple emergency events back to back here?
Thank you. It just happened so fast, the leaks happened from the floors above. So as the water's coming down, I just reacted and told my manager what was going on so we could handle it. And it was crazy, but we got it done.
I mean, so I'm here. There's agility first. Just jump in, whatever it is. I'm ready to jump in.
Yeah,
And it brought your "we find a way" spirit into your role as well, is what I heard.
Thank you.
So I know the New York Eye and Ear team was very proud to share this. The manager who submitted it, and it is just a remarkable example of your commitment to the team and to the patients to be able to do so readily and eagerly jump in to assist.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Eddie. So
Thank
wonderful
Christine
to see
as well. Thank you, Christine.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
And thank you, Christine. We're going to move into our appreciation by colleagues section next. A lot of these come from STAR recognitions. That's a peer-to-peer platform we have at Mount Sinai. There's even a link to it. If you're a colleague in there and you want to recognize someone, there's a link right in our resources tab. But let's do our first one. It's from Mount Sinai Hospital Faculty Practice for Rosa Espinales. Let's bring Amy Nelson on up to share this one for Rosa.
Hi. A physician wrote the following STAR recognition for Medical Administrative Assistant Rosa Espinales in the Department of Surgery. Rosa is a phenomenal medical assistant, efficient and thorough in her scheduling, always putting the patient first and considering all their needs. She is clear and effective in her communication, and she does it all with a smile. She will go above and beyond to chase the authorization for the care that our patients need. So many of our patients have raved about her compassionate care. She is a true asset to our program.
All right. Yeah, Rosa, so this physician highlighted how you always put the patient first and are considerate of all their needs. How would you describe how you do that? How you bring the patient first perspective into your everyday work?
Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me and thank you for the recognition. I must say that working here at Mount Sinai has been more than just a job. It's been a journey of growth, service, and purpose. Every day, I'm inspired by the mission of the institution and the remarkable people I had the privilege of working alongside. And I always try to put my patients' needs first. For instance, I am a strong believer that at Mount Sinai, we find a way. For instance, we had a patient whose insurance is not taken by any department of Mount Sinai Hospital. However, after taking a close look into his case, I found out that patient had outside benefits, and I was able to, we were able to see the patient that when it came to do surgery, because Dr. James Park needed to do surgery, a robotic distal pancreatectomy and splenectomy, it was very challenging because the insurance was not covering inpatient services. So I had to go back and forth with his insurance, trying to find a way for the insurance to cover his surgery. And I explained to the patients that we were out on work. However, I was trying my best to see how we could find a way for the insurance to cover his procedure. That finally we were able to do so because the patient highlighted that he only wanted to do surgery with Dr. James Park. So I was, after like a lot of back and forth, I stated to the insurance that patient was willing to change his insurance if he was not covered. So we were able to find a way. So I believe that at Mount Sinai, we find a way.
You know we do. You need to sign like me. You said it so well and in there. And to me, it's not just we find a way, in the work we're supposed to do. You were proactively going beyond the badge, to put it that way. To say like, I'm going to find a way beyond what is expected and make sure I do anything proactively I can for this patient. A really wonderful example. Rosa, thank you for bringing that we find a way spirit into all you do. Really wonderful example. Thank you so much.
Everyone.
And thank you, Amy. Our next colleague is with her manager standing by at Mount Sinai South Nassau, Rosora Salazar. Wonderful story coming. I'm going to have Taylor Martinelli take this one. And I know there's so many watching at South Nassau, eager to celebrate. Rosora.
Hi, Steve. Good afternoon, everyone. Congratulations to all of the honorees. Recently, the D2 West nursing team was inspired to recognize environmental services aide Rosaria Salazar's extraordinary commitment and positive presence on the unit, surprising her with a special recognition breakfast in her honor. Rosaria's leaders describe her as the definition of reliability, professionalism, and passion. She treats every patient as if it were her own home. She communicates the importance of our department's role with genuine conviction. Rosaria sets the bar high for herself and inspires others to follow. It's no surprise that she has become one of our primary trainers for new hires, taking the time to ensure that they not only understand the responsibilities, but the why behind what we do. Her mentorship and detailed orientation reflect her belief in service, dignity, and the value of a clean, safe, healing environment. Thank you, Rosaria.
Yeah, Rosaria, I just love that your leadership recognizes that when you train new staff, you ensure they understand the why behind what they do. And I wonder if you could share that with us, the message that you share with them. How do you communicate the importance of your department's role when you're speaking with others?
Thank you so much.
exciting.
Yeah.
I love my job. It's a big responsibility. I love my patient, my unit. I want to say thank you so much.
I just wanted to add up that Rosaura is extremely camera shy. It took a lot from us to get her in front of the camera, but we wanted to give her the recognition that she deserved. She puts herself as the front face from EVS, a representative of EVS employees, making sure that everybody understands the importance of taking care of the patients like they are your family members, like they are those people that you care the most. And she always makes sure that they know that they are here. Why they are here? Because of the responsibility of being environmental services aide.
Yeah.
We protect our patients the best we can, and
Thank
she is
you.
the best example.
Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you for sharing that insight and for recognizing Rosaria so well in South Nassau, and keep bringing that sense of purpose. I love that you not only bring it for yourself, but that you help celebrate that with others and help others see that strong sense of purpose as you orient them and mentor them, those new hires to your units as well.
We're
All right, thank you.
proud of her.
Keep being proud. Enjoy, celebrate together. All right, and thank you, Taylor. We're going to go into Mount Sinai Hospital Ambulatory. Recognize Alan Godoy. Let's have Kim come on back for this story for Alan.
There you go. Hi, Alan.
Hello, everyone.
The ambulatory care nursing leadership team recognized Administrative Manager Alan Godoy for his unwavering dedication and exceptional leadership, stating, quote, Alan consistently goes above and beyond to ensure that operations run smoothly. Our staff feel supported and our patients receive the highest level of care. Alan's attention to detail, proactive problem solving, and calm professionalism creates a positive work environment. Whether managing complex scheduling, streamlining workflows, or simply being a steady presence, Alan plays a vital role in all things ambulatory, clinically or operationally. Thank you, Alan, for your hard work, commitment, and the positive energy that you bring every day. We are truly grateful to have you. Congratulations, Alan.
Thank you. And Alan, always good to see you. And, I think this praise highlights how busy you must be, playing a vital role in all things ambulatory. But it also talks about your calm professionalism, steady presence to ensure smooth operations. And just like, how do you do it? How do you manage this calm, smooth, steady, positive work environment in such a busy and complex ambulatory setting?
So first and foremost, I do want to say thank you so very much for this recognition. I'm very much honored, and I'm grateful to the ambulatory care nursing leadership team, as well as everyone at Mount Sinai who does uplift and support each other every single day. For that question, Steve, specifically, I found that staying calm and steady starts with how I choose to show up, especially when I stay grounded in high pressure moments. It helps the team feel more supported as well, right? I focus on staying present, communicating clearly, as well as creating an environment where people feel not only safe, but also respected and empowered. That way we can all focus on kind of what drives our business, which is our patients and our patient-centered care. So I do want to also highlight that, this recognition reflects the shared dedication of our entire team, and I'm proud to be such an integral part of this compassionate and committed group. So thank you, everyone.
Yeah, well, really wonderful on how I choose to show up and reminding us that we all make that choice every day on how I'm going to show up, how I'm going to be there for my patients, how I'm going to be there for my people, my teams. A really wonderful reminder and so positive, so emotional, so inspirational. Thank you so much, Alan. Continue that excellent role model work. All right, good to see you as always. Hey, we got 3 more stories, so I know we're going to go a little bit overtime, probably about 1:05. Stick with us. I know our leadership team always stays on to see all of our stories. So we're going to our employee spotlight section, our final section of the day. Let's bring up Rodney Green, Mount Sinai Hospital. Kim's going to take this story. Was recognized by Support and Ancillary Services leadership from the system. Hey, Rodney.
Hey, how you doing?
All right, Kim.
Housekeeping leadership recognizes Rodney Green for his incredible dedication to keeping the Mount Sinai Hospital clean, safe, and welcoming for everyone who walks through the doors. Rodney is someone who we can always count on. Beyond his cleaning duties, Rodney plays an important role in managing and organizing supplies and making sure essential cleaning materials are well stocked and readily available to staff, making life easier for the entire team. His reliability, attention to detail, and strong work ethic surely set him apart. But what makes Rodney even more special is the pride and care he brings to his work every single day. His efforts directly contribute to the comfort and safety of our patients and staff, and he embodies the spirit of our Mount Sinai community. Rodney, thank you for everything you do, and we are so grateful to have you on our team. Congratulations, Rodney.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Rodney, your leadership recognizes your dedication, reliability, attention to detail, strong work ethic, and the pride and care you bring into your work every single day. How would you describe that personal commitment that you bring into your everyday work at Mount Sinai?
Well, I would like to say I'm appreciative of them acknowledging what I do. I just I love my job. Outside of it being able to me, excuse me, I love my job. Outside of it being able, I'm able to take care of my family. I just like what I do, and I'm gonna just keep doing and keep thriving and keep striving to continue to elevate and keep doing the best that I could do. Um, Me being able to be placed in this position is a great opportunity, and I just want to continue to go to do the best that I could do, be the best that I could be, and just making sure that everything is good, and just keep going about things in the correct manner. I'm trusted with being able to. They depend on me, and that's what I want to do is make sure that they could continue to depend on me to do what I got to do to be the best that I could be, whatever I could do, to make sure that the hospitals ran correctly and help out whatever needs to be helped out in whatever area. Just want to keep thriving and striving to be the best that I could be.
Keep driving and striving. Rodney, so nice to see you and share this story. And I got the pleasure to talk with Rodney backstage beforehand. And if we weren't short on time, he just spoke with such pride and enthusiasm and commitment and dedication that was inspiring, as you're doing here right now. So thank you, Rodney, for bringing that spirit and passion into your work every day.
No problem. Thank you for
All
the
right.
opportunity.
Thank you.
I'm
Enjoy your day,
grateful.
Rodney. We're going to
Thank
go.
you.
Let's bring Kathy on back. Digital and Technology Partners Leadership recognized Arthur Campbell. So let's bring Art on. 2 stories to go. Here's Kathy.
Okay.
And I see Art's ready. Okay, here we go.
Here we go. Arthur Campbell stands as a beacon of dedication, excellence, integrity, and enthusiasm that sets the standard in our organization. Arthur distinguishes himself as someone who approaches every task, no matter how big or small, with determination and an eye for detail. His meticulous nature ensures that projects are completed accurately and efficiently, while his innovative mindset brings fresh ideas and solutions to the table. Art is characterized not only by his technical expertise, but also by the empathy and patience he demonstrates towards others. He readily shares knowledge, provides guidance, and encourages collaboration. Colleagues often seek Art's advice, finding in him a wise mentor and a willing supporter. Art is more than just a valued employee. He is a role model, a mentor, a friend to many, and his positive influence makes a lasting difference.
Love it. Love it. Art, your leadership who submitted this recognition, they see you as a role model and a mentor that sets the standard in our organization. Could you speak to the standard that you personally commit to in your work that leads to this glowing reputation you have amongst your leadership?
I don't know how I got that reputation, but I'll take it. Thank you, everyone. There's been a lot of people who are recognized from Weston Morningside in this call, and a rising tide raises all ships. So my job is an easy one. I show up every day trying to help people that help people, right? That's sort of the mantra, help people that help people. I really try and commit to doing that and I wrote some notes, just doing the right thing, having a mindset of service, trying to be valuable, kind, generous, and a consistent contributor to the culture of success that we have in the Westside campuses. All right, across the health system, but really living the values and virtues that not only we recognize at Mount Sinai Health System, but also in life in general. So that's it.
Yeah, no, love it, Art, and I believe you do deserve that reputation across Digital and Technology Partners, and I love that your help people who help people mindset, that you picture the patients at the end. There are people helping people. What do I need to do to help support them to do that important work? Is the same, that we take in this committee and in this show. We're celebrating the people who are there, who are celebrated by patients. Really, really wonderful. Thank you so much, Art. Glad we got to share a little insight into the work that you do.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. And our big finale, we've got them standing by, Brittany Jackson and Daniel Mesa. Let's bring them both up. A really excellent spotlight on the important work they do in pharmacy at Mount Sinai Morningside and West. So Andres, let's bring you back for our finale. Hey, Brittany. Hey, Daniel.
Hi, thank you for having us.
Clinical pharmacy managers Brittany Jackson at Mount Sinai West and Daniel Mesa at Mount Sinai Morningside serve as clinical antimicrobial stewardship program champions. Their leadership has been instrumental in promoting the responsible use of antibiotics and improving patient outcomes across our hospitals. Partnering closely with physicians, nurses, and multidisciplinary teams, they ensure antimicrobial therapies are evidence-based, targeted, and used only when clinically necessary. In 2024, they conducted over 2,000 antimicrobial stewardship interventions, a nearly 50% increase from the previous year. Their efforts not only enhanced patient safety and reduced the risk of resistance, but also delivered an estimated cost savings of $2.4 million to the health system. Their continued dedication exemplifies Mount Sinai's commitment to high-value, patient-centered care and the fight against antimicrobial resistance. Congratulations, Brittany and Daniel.
Yeah, such great work to highlight and put in the spotlight here. Your team and leaders are ready and to go in the chat to celebrate you. They were eager to jump in and add their comments. And Brittany and Daniel, I'm wondering if you can share with us how you view this important work and the impact that you're seeing from the efforts that you've been making.
Yeah, thank you again. This work is very important to both Dan and I. As a majority of patients in the hospital receive antibiotics at some time during their stay, so we're able to make an impact on a large scale. Our goals really include ensuring optimal and appropriate antibiotic selection. We want to promote safe and efficient use for each patient. In addition, antibiotics are one of the few things that doesn't only impact the patient taking them, but really all of us in the community by impacting patterns and resistance that we see. So we overall feel very fortunate to work in a system that values our efforts to improve patient care and outcomes. We appreciate the support we receive from all of the medical teams, nursing colleagues, as well as the pharmacy department to promote our hard work and efforts. So thank you very much again for recognizing us today.
Excellent impact. Daniel, did you have anything you want to add with Brittany?
Yeah, thank you so much for having us and for the honor. Like Brittany said, it really takes a village, the collaboration from every department in the hospital and in the health system to make this work for our patients. So we're very fortunate to work with a very supportive and collaborative team.
Great. Well, I know that's why safety and quality is so important on our huddle conversations and why they chose this. And I think I do good work. I didn't save the institution $2.4 million this past year. So you're doing incredible work as well in that regard. So thank you so much. We're glad we got to spotlight that important work that you're doing. And you can see in the chat as you come off, people celebrating it there as well. So it's such important work. All right,
Thank you so much.
And thank you, Andres. Hey, everyone, thanks for sticking for a little overtime with us this month. It would take us an extra 5 minutes. We really appreciate you hanging in there. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Beyond the Badge. We are back every single month with a new episode. There were stories shared today that'll be on a future episode from the huddle, so keep coming back to Beyond the Badge. But with that, thank you all for joining us today. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend.